Hi guys, and here we are again with another video by Tiger Analysis, aka Tigerholic Andy, and hope you enjoy what I've got in store for you. Um, yeah, next season, what is in store for the Tigers indeed? I'm going to talk about managers, transfers, the squad format, um, fixtures possibly, and other such things, new kits. But we'll get to those as and when we arrive at them. Okay, so the first topic of conversation has to be who is the next manager? Now, there's been a lot of speculation with no substance to it whatsoever. It's all media orientated, and we've had various names in the frame from Russell Martin, Will Still. He's gone to Southampton by all accounts. Alex Neil, Gary O'Neill, Mike Beale, God help us. And the Plymouth ex-manager, I can't remember his name, Milon Milovic, who did a fantastic job with Plymouth towards the end of last season, and possibly if there'd been a few more games available to him, we might be looking at a different picture, and we might be looking at different fixtures for next season. So, a surprise has come through the ranks. A guy called Albert Riera, a 43-year-old Spaniard presently managing in Slovenia. And again, completely left field. Nobody knows anything about him. But let's not close the door. Let's, innocent before proven guilty. Sunderland have proved that they had a manager nobody'd heard of, and they're now playing in the playoff final for a Premiership spot. So who knows? I remember when Marco Silva was appointed by the Allams, we thought, here we go again, somebody we don't know, somebody with no championship experience, and a little like the Plymouth manager. If we'd have had a few more games in the Premiership left, I'm convinced he would have kept us up. Albeit our last game was a 7-1 drubbing by Tottenham Hotspur. So that put a nail in that coffin. So what do we know about Riera? His management clubs are quite a few for a short space of time. He's had 4 and never spent more than a year at each. So that would be right up Akun's street as far as tenure is concerned. Player, we have to look back at Ruben Sellers, who never played the game at any level of note, that is, and did a reasonable job, but was very cautious. Riera has played at a very good level, international level, in fact, 16 caps for Spain, and has played at Espanyol, Marbella, and in England played as a winger for Liverpool and Manchester City. And if you've watched any videos of him playing, very, very good player. Cultured left foot, very skillful, tall, and likes to play attacking football because he was an attacking player himself. That said, he is the bookies' favourite at the moment, but strangely enough has had no interview with Adjun. So I don't know. I really don't. So what's in store? Finger in the wind. I'm also going to touch on league competition next season. The much debated home form, which needs a vast improvement, and your reaction to what's going on particularly. So any comments, please, in the comments below, and we can discuss that at a later stage. So as far as a manager is concerned, A recent interview with Baz Cooper from London with Ajun basically didn't say anything. I'd like to have had a bit of an apology on his um, reaction to last season and what went on. However, it is what it is. He calls the shots. We only have our own opinions, and that's all they are in actual fact, opinions. There's no substance to ours because he calls the shots, as I've said. So, as far as the manager's concerned, Riera's not even had an interview, so I'm not sure that there is any substance to the rumours, but who can say? Adrian mentioned a 10-day period that he would like to get the deal done, and let's just wait and see what happens, and we can react accordingly. There's been a bit of news on transfers. The two loanees, Lincoln and Omar. Omar's in Turkey, as is Lincoln with Fenerbahce. Omar's only played about 6 games for his club, had a bit of an injury. Adrian has not closed the door on both Lincoln and himself to coming back. Lincoln was not that impressive, to be fair. I don't think that he can add anything to our team at all. All the other loanees have gone back to their respective clubs, including Gelhardt. So I don't think we'll see him again, mainly because the cost would be too great. As far as the rest of the squad's concerned, we still have Miller, Balumi and Mazzato to recover from injury, and it's undoubtedly that they will add a lot of substance to our team. However, I'm not so sure when they're going to return. I think the beginning of pre-season will be a tad early, and it's probably after the season has begun. Zambrano and his drug ban, again, is an unknown quantity. And once, apart from the fact that we know it's been reduced, once we know when that's going to materialise, then we can come to some conclusion as to what happens. As far as the rest are concerned, we know that we want a right back, a left back, a possible attacking midfielder, and a definite striker or two. There's been a lot of noise about McBurney, who's present with Las Palmas and will be released at the end of the season by them. Didn't really pull up any trees. He is only 28 years old, so he could do a service for us. Such a handful, especially when he stays on the field. Being a Scotsman, he's got a bit of a temper, I think, and can look after himself, shall we say, and put it that way. So as far as transfers are concerned, I think that we will have to wait until the manager is in place before anything concrete develops. So that's as far as I know about the transfer scenario and the squad. Next, we're looking at our home form, and it certainly can't get any worse. And it wasn't very good under Rosinia, so I can't blame Sellis for that. I have a mind to pushing more. I have a mind to the thinking that at home there's more pressure and teams will play to that. And away from home, we do have less pressure and more freedom, really, because, yes, there's a fantastic following, but the home team tend to make the choices of what they want to do, and we react to them. And we do play a better game tactically, generally speaking. Whether that will be the same when we get a new manager in, who knows? But it does have to improve. And I think if we do improve the home form, the away form will look after itself, and we should be able to build a good platform for success. The league competition, interesting again. We've got Ipswich, Leicester, who are going to have a points deduction, and there's talk of 15 points being allocated, and Southampton. Southampton look as though they're going to appoint Will Still, an unknown quantity, and not tested in the Championship. So it doesn't always have to follow. He does have a good reputation, however. Ipswich will be good to watch again. The return of Greaves and Philogene in particular. I can't see Delap staying at Ipswich. We did him a really good service by taking him on and developing him here, and he's gone on to much better things and will do. I'm not sure Manchester United will be the best thing for him, which is the rumour at the moment. I think he would do better at a mid-table team, Everton or Wolves, where he would play every game and probably bear fruit from doing that. However, that's not our problem. And Leicester City will have a big change of personnel, I believe, so therefore will again be an unknown quantity. But these three teams will have finance with the parachute payments, so it's always difficult to compete against them. Coming up from the League One, we have Birmingham, who again will be well financed, and Wrexham. What a story Wrexham is. I think they may struggle a little bit. However, Phil Parkinson, back-to-back promotions, and no reason to say that they won't do well. The momentum they've got is tremendous. Brian Longman, I cannot see getting into the new team once it's been put in place. But they will be a threat. Then we'll have the old favourites. If Sunderland don't go up, or Sheffield United, then they're going to be a force. Blackburn finished well at the end of last season. Coventry, again, another team well ensconced in the top half of the division. Bristol City had a good season. Whether that will continue into this season, I don't know. Norwich, again, managerless at the moment. I don't see them dropping anything in the way they play. Middlesbrough, Millwall again, who had a great season. Will we get Alex Neil from them? I don't know. It costs a bit of money, I'm sure. Preston, like ourselves, scraped, and Stoke scraped relegation. Stoke, I think, will be a different proposition under Robbins. They've learnt a lot of lessons, I think, and Robbins did well to keep them up. Whoever comes up with Wrexham and Birmingham, we've got either Charlton or Leyton Orient. From a selfish point of view, living in London, I at least will get to see another London club. I think Charlton are possibly the favourites. Be nice to see Greg Docherty back at the MKM, but I think they may struggle slightly. Oxford, who knows? They're a solid outfit, and I think they'll do okay. Portsmouth, again, quite secure now, solid outfit again, and I think they will be a team to reckon with. West Brom, yeah, again, a solid outfit. A lot of solid outfits out there. However, I just think that it will be quite competitive, and we will have to recruit well and get off to a good start. If we don't get off to a good start, that could be a pressure pot for us, and we don't want to be playing catch-up on two occasions. So, as far as the league competition is concerned, I don't think that's going to change. We are in for a hard season again. However, glad we're in the Championship and not in Division 1. Finally, there's been no real decisions from me on or news on any decisions from me. So it is a case of the crystal ball is still working hard. New kits are obviously on the horizon, and they always cause great debate. I think the Stripes are the favourite, hence we're called the Tigers, and that's the reason why. Interesting to see what the fans' reaction is going to be to any new appointment and new transfers coming in. I'll be on top of them when they arrive, and another video will be out shortly to hopefully discuss a new appointment. So at the moment, that's it. If you've liked what I've said, which is not a lot, but still open for discussion, plenty of comments down below, please. I am new at this game and I'm trying to build a good platform. I've got some good mentors like Ben HD and Matt SB. Matt SB, if you are listening, congratulations on 100,000 subscribers. No mean feat. I can learn a lot from yourself and Sophie, of course. So please like and subscribe. I have a long journey to catch Matt up, but I've got to start somewhere. So, up the Tigers. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers.